Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? We're in Tsada. That's where we are. And we're in a place called Vikla Villas. We've just picked up this car in front and we're going to head back down towards Paphos. The view, I think you can understand from up here, is absolutely spectacular. It sits at around 1,600 feet, so what's that, 500-600 meters above sea level, and it has a truly spectacality of a view indeed, straight across into the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's pointing out to a Honda Jazz that's parked up in this person's car parking bay. It looks like it's been parked there for, well, most of its life, about an inch worth of dust on it. And of course, this is some of the opportunities that come to Mr. Paul and Mr. Jeremy, that's my brother, because we buy cars off our customers, or perhaps our customers have gone to another planet or another country, who knows. But this is how we acquire cars, of course, and then we sell them to other people. That's how it works. Now, very, very shortly, you're going to get a great view indeed, because of course now there's nothing in the way. Look at that. Wow. You start to understand just how high we are. I've told you before, up here in the winter time, you know, November, December, not so much in November maybe, but in mid-January, early February, you can get some snow up here. Hold on, he wants to have a word, so let's see what he's got to say. Yes, Mr. G?
Take this to the house.
Take that to the house and we'll sort it out. Okay, you go that way. Yeah, okay, no problem. I'll see you later. Yeah, adios. We're taking that one back to the house and then we're going to take it to the workshop in the morning, because we can't work on it now. It's too late in the day. Well, it's not late if you understand, but it's 20 past 11. But the workshop is rammed. There's literally nowhere to park. We've got about 25-30 cars in the body shop and probably as many in the mechanics as well. We're pretty busy, and we thank all of our customers, family members, and well, anyone else who wants to come to us as well. We thank you very, very much indeed. Perhaps if you don't understand what Mr. Paul does for a living, we've got a car body shop and a car mechanics in Paphos, and we are graced to have a good reputation, and luckily there's an awful lot of customers who keep coming back to us over and over again. If you remember the story I told you in the last video, that car we've just picked up is a friend of a lady. We worked on this lady's car 4 or 5 times over the last 3 or 4 years, and the lady up in Paya was a new customer. She's a friend of hers, and we are so busy we haven't got enough loan cars, so the lady up in Paya has loaned her second car to that lady to allow us to get that car and get it fixed, if you understand what I'm saying. There you go. Yeah, it's very, very good to have friends, isn't it, as I say. We see everyone who watches Marika and me as our friend, by the way. I've said this a few times: if you are in Paphos, Cyprus, and something happens to go wrong, if you need someone to call me, and if I can, I'll do whatever I can to help you. And of course, there are a few people who know this. I'm not going to mention their names, but there's a few people who found themselves in a situation where they needed some help. If ever you need help, if I can help you, I will, free of charge, no charge. I'm not trying to get my hand in your pocket. It's that simple. And if you want to meet us, that's Marika and me. More often than not, you'll find us in the Pelican restaurant. That's the restaurant in the centre of the harbour area. That's the bit that we walk through pretty much every night, if you understand. But of course, we meet different people, and people like to come over and say hello. More recently, Danny Walsh, all the way from Tipperary, he came out and said hello to us. He was eating his dinner, we understood that, but he was so excited that he saw us and he came running over, and we had a little chat with him on camera and off camera. Superstar, all the way from downtown Tipperary. There's 2 dogs, 2 friends, obviously, having a chat on the pavement, laying the law down to each other. He's saying, no, I'm getting the treats first, you're getting them again tomorrow. Yes, that's how it works in the world of dogs and cats, isn't it? Forgive this road surface, by the way, it's a bit uneven. You would have thought they would put a better road up to houses that are worth, well, quite often $1 million plus. You would have thought so, but that's a customer of mine there as well, by the way, coming up in his Land Cruiser. He was having a good look in, and here we are. We're joining the main Polis to Paphos Road, by the way. That's where we are, and we're now dropping down towards the area of Masoi, and at the traffic lights at the bottom, if you were to go right, first you go to Tremathusa, and then you'd head out towards Tala. That's where you'd be. So it gives you some bearings. So if you come back to the little channel known as Marika and Me, now and again you get to learn some, well, new routes in and around Paphos. Paphos, or perhaps just learning your way around Paphos. You never know. Quite a few of the customers that I've got, it's quite funny this, I was talking to a chap the other day, again he was a brand new customer, and I went to see him, quoted him for his job, went back a couple of days later to get his car, and as we were leaving, he said, "Oh, I look forward to watching you tomorrow." And I looked at him and said, "Pardon?" He said, "Oh, I tune in most days to watch where you are." Interesting how people make friends, isn't it? And he said, "That's how I came to trust you to do my car. I understand that you're driving around Paphos all the time. I understand that you're not a fly-by-night. And I understood that you treat your customers with an awful lot of respect and bend over backwards." And I do, to look after them. And I see all of my customers as friends as well. And often lots of them understand that they break down somewhere, perhaps, phone me up. If I can come, I will come. Again, not to get my hand in your pocket. You can take your car wherever you want. That doesn't really bother us. But the thought of someone standing in the rain or cooking in the sunshine 20, 30 miles from home is not nice, is it? And yes, there is recovery services in Cyprus, but normally they take 2 to 3 hours like in the UK to get to you. So if you phone Mr. Paul, I'll probably get to you in 30 minutes, maybe even quicker. You never know. Here we are. This is Mosoi coming up. That's the view straight out across all the rooftops. There's not much of a difference today between the sky and the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea, but it is still a spectacality of a day indeed, and the temperature is 29 degrees. Yes, you heard me correctly. Mr. Wayne in downtown Wales, coming to Paphos in a week or so. Curious to know what the temperatures are like. Well, in the daytime, we're in November now, 29 degrees is quite normal for the first week or so. What is this idiot doing? Anyone would have thought you couldn't turn around there anyway, because you're not even in a Range Rover with all your cameras. But there you go. You never know, that could be Sir Andy and Lady Ness, although they're normally driving around in downtown Staffordshire. So if you want to watch someone driving around in a big black beast, talking a load of rubbish like myself, go and tune into Andy and Ness's travels. And while you're at it, if you want to talk and watch other people talking a load of nonsense, well, there's a channel called Andrea Mart, and of course that's run by the superstars Lady Andrea and of course Sir Mart, and they'll be whizzing around the lanes of I don't know, downtown Norwich, and you never know, they may give a lift to Shady Tree and a Shady Girl one of these days, or they may even stop and pick up the superstars known as Lady Ali, Sir Neil, and of course the two dads known as Sir Brian and Lord Mike. Although I don't think you'll get all those people into a Ford Fiesta ST. You never know, you might do. Could be a new competition going on, isn't it? What we got coming up here? Ricano coffee, not a bad coffee if you want one, although not my favourite. I go to the Atlas coffee shop at the top of town there, and of course now and again I get to meet my great friend. Who is he? Sir Philip. And once or twice I have met Lady Sita as well. Yes, and we have a chew the fat. That's what we do, and put the world to right. What's coming up now? Ooh, Cafe Me. There you go. If your name's Baron John, you've got a girl in your life called Baroness Louise who likes a little bit of cheese and a bottle of wine or two. There's another Cafe Me opened up just down the road from Mosoi as we head down towards Anavargos. To give you a bearing, on the left hand side now is the International School of Paphos, which is always expanding. Every year they build a new building, so that must tell you something. Either they've got a very good relationship with their bank manager, or they're a growing, expanding school, and it's already the biggest school in Paphos. So there it is, in all its glory, on the left-hand side, the International School of Paphos. If you want a good education for your children, that's probably the best place to put them if you're in downtown Paphos. And there's a lot of people who do relocate to Paphos, isn't there? We've got kids, lots of people come over here, they work in the Middle East, and those kind of places, for example, and of course they reside here for 4, 5, 10 years maybe, and they've got kids. Well, if you want them to get a good education, perhaps put them in there, or the Aspire School, which is down in the Tomb of the Kings area, and they'll get all the qualifications required to go on to further education in and around the world, whether that's in the UK, whether that's in America, or wherever you're going. There we go. Primarily focused, the channel is on British people, obviously. Primarily the most people who watch us are British, although we do have the odd superstar from in and around the globe. We've got a girl all the way in downtown Krakow, and of course she's the greatest lawyer in the world. She also happens to be a judge as well, yes, so she can try me and acquit me. That's not too bad. Who am I talking about? The superstar, the one and only Lady Anna a superstar. And of course her doctor husband, Sir Thomas, and the future greatest lawyer in the world. That's their son, and a Mercedes loving guy he is, and that is Mr. Bart. When he qualifies, we'll promote him and make him a Viscount or a Lord or something like that. You never know. Two other guys who are coming to relocate to Paphos, by the way, very, very soon. Just over a week they'll be here, and there'll be a Honda HR-V sitting waiting in Paphos Airport for them. That's the one I sold them 2 or 3 months ago. Of course, that is Mr. Dirk and Mr. Michael. And of course, there's a doggy woggy coming with them as well, and that is Mr. Leno. And he'll be taking pride of place in the rear of the Honda HR-V, and I think he's going to love it. Here we are. If you want to go to the Paphos Hospital, General Hospital, take a left there and follow that ambulance. Although we're coming to the Fountain Roundabout at the bottom of Anavargos. And then we're going to take a bit of a left. There it is. It's shooting its stuff, especially for you. Quite nice at night, and it all lights up as well. Different colours of lights, and it does look nice. You may notice a squeak on my brakes because at this time of year there's a lot of dust, and the humidity's gone, so the dampness is gone, so your brake pads dry out. So next week, I've got time this week, we'll get the wheels off and perhaps check if it wants new pads as well, but certainly get some of that magic grease put onto them, because it's very annoying, isn't it? It doesn't happen when you're going at higher speeds, it's only when you're crawling and you hear this squeak, and it's annoying, isn't it? There's also a slight clunk coming from the passenger side front suspension. There's nothing wrong with it, but I know it all wants greasing up. Again, all the suspension parts are rubber, and again they all dry out because of the heat in Cyprus. So we'll get all 4 wheels off, get the inner arches out, and have a good look around just to make sure there's nothing wrong. Give it a service. What else does it want? It wants a new sensor in the rear tyre as well. That's playing up, so we'll get that done. And you never know, while we're at it, we might repaint the wheels, and we might repaint the bonnet. Not the bonnet, the bumper, yes, because I've scuffed it again. But there you go. Unfortunately, I have to go off-roading sometimes when I go to some of the customers' houses. Yeah, there you go. This is life in downtown Paphos. The roads are not that smooth. Where are we going? Well, we're heading towards the Neon Mall of Paphos. Why are we going there? Well, it's time for a bit of lardy-darring. If your name is Sir Bernie and there's a girl in your life called Lady Jan, hopefully you're keeping well, guys, in downtown Southend. And of course, whenever we talk about lardy-darring, which is Romeo and Juliet in smoking a cigar, we've got to mention the superstar in downtown Dublin, and that's Lord Derek Scully. And of course, here's LaBouffe. Hopefully your cooking's coming on well, and your LaBouffe is falling in love with you over and over and over. And of course, there's an electrician and there's an accountant. And they love Paphos so much, they're coming back again in May, and they're going to stay in the Dionysus Central Hotel. Of course, that's Sir Martin and his beauty. Oh yeah, she's a beauty. Greatest smile in the world. That's Lady Victoria. And of course, talking about the Dionysus Central Hotel, there's some other stars coming to stay there, all the way from downtown in Glasgow. And of course, that's Lady Kirstine. Big shout out to you guys, and we hope you're having a great time indeed. Big shout out to other superstars who came to Paphos and got married. That's Sir Lee, our mountain man, and of course his beauty, Lady Vicky, and of course they got a daughter, and she's a princess. Princess Layla, a very good morning to you. And talking about weddings, there's a Sir Tony and a Lady Gusha. They're coming to Paphos, and actually it's not Paphos, is it? It's actually Ayia Napa. That's where they're getting married. And of course we're going to mosey on down in the Jag and go and do their wedding, shall we say. See what we can get for free. Free meal, free drink, you never know. We might get to sleep under their bed. I'm going to pay for accommodation just for the benzene. But talking of that, if you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of our madness. And if you want to keep us afloat, if you want to keep you driving around, you keep us chuchki dancing in the promenade, why not help us out by hunting us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform? Google these magic words, Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me. Up will come our landing page. You can read all the comments, all the replies, get a bit more information about ourselves, and of course you can choose to support the channel by buying us a virtual coffee, or perhaps consider to become one of our superstar members at only €10 a month. And we thank each and every one of you that has, and of course the girl in charge of the show, all the way in downtown Hartlepool, Dame Anne. Thanks very much indeed. we're going to take a left past McDonald's. We have to go to the end to the roundabout, circumnavigate the roundabout, and that is the Neon Pal of Paphos. That's where we're going, and I'm going to go meet my pal, the manager, Mr. Yanis, and probably we'll have a Romeo and Juliet. He gets a free cigar, I get a free coffee. That's how it works. I think he's getting a better deal because the cigar is €8 and I get a coffee which is €3.20. He's a clever man. There you go. That's why he's the manager, and the mal is going to be doubled inside over the next year or so. Well, he said it's going to take about 16 months. The contracts are signed. It starts in January. 16th month later, they will have doubled the size, and the coffee's getting bigger. And the Paphos mal, well, that's the main mal on Tomb of the Kings Avenue, is in for a bit of a shock, shall we say, because this is going to be the mal to come to, certainly, if you're on this side of Paphos. And Little Supermarket is coming here as well. They're planning on opening up in January, February, or that's what he's told me, but they are coming because I saw all their cars parked up here last week and there's signs up saying Little Supermarket as well. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, well, you know what you do. Hit the like, click that, subscribe, and don't forget to come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. Thanks for watching. We're heading to the underground car park, by the way. Why would you want to park up here and perhaps get wet or get your car cooked? So what you've got to do is go round the back of the main car park and drop down, and very, very surely and shortly we'll be there. So stick with us. Let's go and see if my favourite parking space is there. Well, it's not 1, it's 4, because Yanis has given me permission to transcend from one parking space into the other, and this car is 5.3 metres long, so I think you understand. Yes, I need at least 4 parking spaces. So there we go. He's informed the security staff, and apparently I'm all right. Here we are, underground car park, Neon Mal. Let's go and see if my parking space is available. Here we are. Turned in the wrong way, but doesn't matter. This is Paphos. You can do whatever you want. My Russian mate's here as well in his white Mercedes. Someone's nicked me space. Never mind. I'll go over here because there's a nice big parking space just right there, right by the door, and it's waiting especially for me. Although actually I think I'll back into this one. It's safer. Stick with us. We're parking up. Let's try not to hit a concrete pillar. I haven't done it yet, but many people have, by the way, and that keeps me very, very happy indeed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to come back and see the madness. It's on every single day, as you may have noticed. Sod it, we'll go in that space there. It's much, much easier. Because like I said, this car's got a big jumper. Thanks for watching. See you again very, very soon indeed.